and if you get it in the right place, it literally just comes back and you can catch it under your elbow again. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about the black nunchaku with chain we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. I'm going to be talking all about the features they've got, what they're made from, who would use these, and at the end I'm going to give you a few little tips and tricks just to get you started training with nunchaku. Hi, my name's Doug Swift. I've been doing martial arts for the past 33 years and the owner of Enso Martial Arts for the past 16 years. If you're liking this video, click the little icon in the bottom right hand corner, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest updates and videos from Enso Martial Arts. So let's get into this video and learn all about the black nunchaku with chain. By far, these are the most popular selling nunchaku we have at Enso Martial Arts. Now, these are kind of the standard for chucks. This is what people expect to buy when they come to buy nunchaku. So we've got all the different varieties and I'll show you them later on. But when people have in their head, I want to buy a pair of nunchucks, this is the nunchucks that they expect. So black, with all the ribs all the way down the middle, nice and smooth where the ribs aren't, with the chain and ball bearing. That's what people are expecting to get. Yeah, really sleek, really smooth design, all the way down and a rounded end. That's what people have in their head. As soon as people see this pair, they tend to go for them. Now, obviously, as people go through different types of nunchucks, they like collecting different ones, but yeah, by far, these are the standard chucks nowadays. Does that mean that they're the most traditional? No, not at all. Personally, I think that the rope or the fixed chain are way more traditional, but the ball bearings on these chucks allow you to spin the chucks much faster. So you get a really fast spin on them. Very smooth spin because of the ball bearings. So even though it's not traditional, it's become the kind of the standard for chucks because people want that smooth, fast action. They want to look flashy, they want to look good, they want to be able to press their mates, and the faster you go, the more impressive it looks. The main feature, I think, or the main selling point of these chucks is the amount of grip you get on them. So a lot of chucks now are just smooth wood, or you know, they're made out of different materials like the metal or the foam or the rubber. But yeah, in terms of wooden chucks, you don't get that many with a huge amount of grip on these days. So having this kind of ribbed effect, almost half of the chuck, gives you loads and loads of grip on your hand. So it just means there's less chance of them flying out, going through a window or smashing into a vase or a cup of tea or something. It's a really good feature on these chucks. Now the rest of it is painted black, so can get, if you've got really sweaty hands, it can get a little bit slippy, but obviously the grip really helps with that. Now they are painted, so a word of warning, if you want to be smashing these against walls or yeah, chucking them about or hitting them with like into mates' weapons or whatever you want to do, the paint is going to chip, so you are going to beat them up a bit. Now that's if you're using them for purpose, you're just training with chucks, occasionally you're going to drop them on the floor, you might get little nicks or scuffs or whatever, so they keep pretty good if you use them for purpose. If you just want to be smashing the hell out of them, you are going to dent them, you are going to make them a bit rough on your hands, you are going to chip the paint, so just be mindful of that. Obviously they're your chucks, you can do whatever you like with them, but they might not look as pristine if you're going to beat the hell out. They are made out of a super durable wood, so they're made out of oak, which is super durable, relatively inexpensive, which is perfect for these chucks. Again, it will take a beating. Oak will take an absolute hammering, but they might not survive if you want to go completely to town on them. Now, where they might not survive is where the metal joins the wood here. I mean, the chances of breaking these is very slim, but yeah, like I say, the bearings, the metal ends are the bits that are going to take a hammering. So if you are insistent on smashing bricks or whatever you want to do, make sure you do it with the nice wooden end. So who teaches nunchucks these days? Can you just walk into a club and learn chucks? Not really. There's not actually that many clubs these days that are teaching nunchucks. very, very popular sort of 20, 25 years ago maybe, but these days there's just not that many clubs teaching it. Now you will find little pockets of clubs that are teaching, and what they tend to do is just bolt on a little bit of nunchuck practice at the end of a class. Now some karate classes, some taekwondo classes, but mainly it's going to be like the black belt academies and the kind of the kickboxing schools which have loads of kids. They might bolt on a little bit of chucks at the end. The kids love it. It's really good fun. So what I suggest is, if you want to go to a class and learn chucks, is to just call around and call up some of the clubs and just see if at some point they get onto chucks. Now you're probably not going to learn them straight away. You're going to have to do the training of the rest of the class. There's no specific classes just teaching nunchucks. So you do the rest of the training, and then at some point you'll get to move on to nunchucks. Now if this doesn't sound like something you particularly want to do, and you are just hell-bent on just learning nunchucks, these days it's going to be a YouTube job, online practicing, getting lessons online, and just practicing yourself in the garden until you've got up to the standard you want to be. Just having a look at the dimensions. Now nearly all chucks these days are the standard 12 inches. These are absolutely no exception. So yeah, they come in around 30 centimeters, 1 foot, 12 inches. The diameter at the end is again pretty standard, so it's about 1 inch, just under 3 centimeters. All the dimensions of these I'll put on the website. Just having a look at the weight, these weigh in about 500 grams, which is pretty standard for wooden nunchucks. So at Enso Martial Arts we have a wide range of nunchaku available. So as well as the black nunchaku, we also have black and blue foam nunchaku, wooden nunchaku with 2 black grooves, black octagonal nunchaku with rope, foam nunchaku with cord, rattan nunchaku, and the beautiful carved dragon nunchaku. There are loads and loads of tricks that you can do in nunchucks. Some like pretty hard to see, like the actual point of them, apart from just spinning around and impressing your mates. But there are loads and loads of practical applications for nunchucks. Now, I'm not going to give you a complete across the board like show of techniques. I'm just going to give you a few little tips and techniques just to get you started training with nunchucks if you're new to them. Now if you're advanced in nunchucks, you'll probably skip this part because you'll be able to do all of this stuff. This is for people who are just starting out with chucks. So the first thing I like to do is just get used to just catching them underneath your elbow. Just get used to spinning them, catching them, letting go of the chuck, spinning it around your head, not freaking out. Yeah, and getting used to just catching that chuck nice and easy. Now you can do an extension from this where you're spinning, catching, and then you can just bounce off your leg. Now make sure you bounce the chain off your leg and not just whack the chuck right into your thigh. That's going to hurt. So you want to bounce the chain, and if you get it in the right place, it literally just comes back and you can catch it under your elbow again. So this is just good, checking off the body. Now you see people doing all kinds of checks off their neck, off their body, you know, all kinds of places. But this is just a really good one just to get started, changing the direction of the chuck, bouncing off your body without any pain. And you can do this off both sides, you know, as you move on to double chucks, you can do it with double chucks as well. So yeah, really good technique to get started with. Thanks very much for watching. I hope it was useful. I hope you learned loads about the black nunchaku we have for sale at Enso. If you like this video, click the little icon in the bottom right hand corner, subscribe to his channel and get all the latest videos from Enso Martial Arts. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Cheers!